Come on now. This is absolutely amazing. All right, so I call out to the legends, and I said, now is the time. I get a call from Silk. I'm all hyped up on that, like, yeah, wow. Silk called. Silk got rocked. Isn't that great? If that's great, this is amazing. If Silk is an icon and a legend, this guy's something different. Now, this is so unusual, Hawk. This is so unusual, Hawk, that I'm not sure that I believe it. All right, Alvin went with like his verified blue check. This is a guy who is absolutely brilliant and one of the most iconic and famous callers, not only on this show, but in the history of radio of any genre and format. All hyperbole aside, I mean that sincerely. This is a guy that every single year I invite to the Smack Off, and every single year he says, Jim, you know I love you, love the Smack Off. If I can do it, I will. And generally is doing business internationally. This guy's busy. This guy's really, really busy. I don't remember the last time he called the show just because. Yet here he is. My man in Los Angeles. Iafrate. Kenny, my man, is that really you?
Jimmy.
Yes!
You're the man. First of all, I got to welcome you back to the TV airwaves. The only thing better than that faint taste of vomit in my mouth when listening to Vic and NoCal blather on your radio show is watching you fight back the vomit in your mouth while listening to Vic weave his web of wisdom. So come on now, Vic. There's a whole TV nation waiting to despise you. Go big or go home. Or better yet, just go home and stay home. In the meantime, Jim, I want to join you in congratulating the Buffalo Bills. It is awesome having the Bills in the playoffs. People making fun of this just don't get it, Jim. I mean, what, people? You want to see yet another boring assembly line of elite teams with franchise quarterbacks pounding each other into oblivion in realistic hopes of taking Lombardi home? Brady versus Big Ben? That is so played out. The Bills have future Hall of Famer Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy in a motorized wheelchair. And if that isn't tantalizing enough, just imagine what would happen. Just imagine the deliciousness of January football, Jim, if Tyrod should happen to get a really fierce bunion on one of his feet and need to sit out for maybe 2 offensive series for the Bills. That other dude is throwing 3 interceptions in those 2 series, Jim. What wouldn't we all pay to see that? It's never been done, Jim. I want to see history being made in the playoffs, not just the same old, same old. So the Bills are in the playoffs. A new day is dawning. In this pigskin nirvana, the Detroit Lions and Cincinnati Bengals will play and actually win a game after New Year's Day. The Cleveland Browns will actually play and win a game of any kind whatsoever. All bets are off. And if all of this weren't enough, Jim, the Bills' return to postseason football has us all warming up our vocal cords with a cup of hot cocoa. Go Bills, for we are here to cheer for you. Go Bills, we are your fans so true. With victory in sight, we'll yell with all our might. So go Bills, fight Bills, go. Come on and win for Buffalo. Shine on, Bills Mafia, shine on. Good night now.
Iafrate, my man. Kenny, you are the absolute best. I cannot believe it. You have no idea. You have no idea how rare that moment was. This guy, it literally will go an entire year without calling or more, and then just to come out of nowhere on January 3rd with that ode to the Buffalo Bills. And to talk about Vic causing those of us to vomit in our own mouths. Iafrate's a legend. A legend. Or so you might say, yeah, Rome, what's so legendary about that guy? Alvin, really quickly, Just go through your archive base, pick me something from Iafrate. Iafrate in real life is absolutely incredible. What I would give to be able to share with you what I really think about this guy. Well, I mean, I would say what I really think about this guy. Is like that guy who just called this show. I've done this a long, long time. I've met lots of people in this town, in this business, in other businesses. Iafrate is one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life. Ever. In anything. In business, in life. And there's so much to this guy that you have no idea about. So much more to this guy than, hey, Vic, you're making me want to throw up in my own mouth. Avi, give me an example. Give me an example of some of the all-time great. I mean, I can't believe that guy just called. He hit us up in the Smack Off back in 2016 as an example.
A bunch of posers have moved into our town and turned our Smack Off into a third-rate comedy show about each other. Now, don't get me wrong, Jim. I mean, clone-on-clone smack was always a part of the calculus. It just wasn't the entire calculus. I mean, truly, what makes you losers think that any of us want to listen to you tell imaginative urine jokes about each other for 3 hours? I am back, Jim, because somebody has to speak up for your program's honor. Somebody has to defend the Smack Off from becoming the Crack Off or the Jack Off or the Whack Off.
That was Iafrate. And then, incredibly enough, a couple of weeks after that fact, he came in studio to break it down even further. You might recall that. Or maybe you might not. God, what a good thing. If it took me getting back to TV on a daily basis to get one phone call from that guy in the first week of January, maybe that in and of itself is worth it.